Hi crafters, it's Karen, and I come to you with another Diamond Dyes design team project. I altered one of those small unfinished wooden sleds that I had found at Michael's. It's really super cute, and it was a project that I had wanted to complete before Christmas, but obviously I didn't get to it, so I decided to alter it anyway. So the dyes that I used to create this is the Pretty Poinsettia set. These are really sweet. And also the Pine Branch. And I've mentioned it before, but this particular dye is so versatile. I just love the look of this particular dye. So this is my altered sled. And I'm going to try to share this before the light changes. The sun has been in and out, and let's see how well this shows up. But this is the sled, and I'll give you an overview. So that's the front, and the runners, or the blade runners, and then there's the back. And as you can see, I started out painting the whole sled in this, if you could see it there, that like poodle pink acrylic paint color. And then I used my crackle medium, and then I went over it with the, I believe it's the vintage white acrylic paint. And to give it that crackle look. For the runners, I painted the runners with the acrylic paint dauber in silver by Adirondack, but I didn't use the dauber. I unscrewed this and used a paintbrush. So I did that on the front and back, and then as you can see, for the whole front of it, I went over it with my Versamark so that I can emboss the sled. If you could see that shimmer, that iridescent shimmer, that's because I used my embossing powder. It's by Ranger, and it's the holographic, so it gives it a iridescent shimmer, and I thought that just gave it a sweet wintry look to it. This piece had, while I was working on it, had come off, and as you can see, it doesn't fit correctly on the sled itself. I mean, no matter how I put this back, it just wasn't even. So anyway, so I used that embossing powder over the entire front portion of the sled, although a lot of it is covered. I don't know if it's showing up the iridescence. And then for the runners, over the runner part of it, I went over it again with my Versamark, and then I used this embossing powder. I believe it's by Stampendous. It's hard for me to read it. But this silver embossing powder is what I went over the runners with, just on the outside and on both sides there. If you could see the shimmer. So that's how I prepared the sled. And then for the lace trim, if you could see that here and down here, I laid 2 rows of this lace trim, and I got this from Natalia's shop. She's my paper passion here on YouTube, and it's this really sweet lace, really pretty. So I went over, I placed the lace here and then at the bottom, and then I placed this key that I'd gotten from Michael's, and this was last year, and I just placed it a little cockeyed there. It was already white. And then I started laying my pine branches down. If you could see them all there, I have some in the craft color and in a green color. I cut them in an assortment of different shades of green, and I just placed them in the middle. And the image here is one that I'd gotten online that I downloaded, and it's a stocking, a Christmas stocking with the toys coming out. So I placed that on pop dots and then adhered that to on top of the pine branches. And then for the pretty poinsettias, I cut a couple of them out with this vintage music paper, this one and this one, and I thought they came out really cool. I thought it gave a very sweet vintage feel to the project. And then this one was just done in the plain white cardstock. And I also cut one in this green cardstock so that there would be some greenery on the bottom of the white one. I sprayed all of the flowers using the Lindy Stamp Guying, I believe it's the Grab-A-Guy Gold, just to give it a hint of a gold shimmer. And for the center of them, I went over the little stamens pieces with some perfect pearls. And the texture that you see here, and up here that gives the illusion of snow is just a mix of vintage white acrylic paint mixed with sand. And I thought it gave a nice, illusion of snow that had gathered on the sled. I added a little bird embellishment on top there. This image, December 25th, is a clear sticker that I'd gotten from Hobby Lobby, and I just layered it on top of some pink paper and then again on a piece of green cardstock. And for the charms, I took a garment pin and I just hung these, and I just hung these charms. This is a Tim Holtz bauble, a little green bauble from, I believe, Michael's, and then this is one of those flat-backed red ornaments that I believe I found at Hobby Lobby. So I just hung them there to add a bit more color. And then for the bottom, if you could see this here, I used my beaded trim because I thought this particular beaded trim looked like icicles hanging down. And then I went over that beaded trim, layered it with some of the white lace that I'd gotten from Natalia's shop. Here's the back. You see how I did that? And I just thought it gave a really, excuse me, sweet look to it, like icicles. So that is my project. I think it came out cute. And I'm going to leave the link to Diamond Dyes in the description box. Also, I believe the coupon code is still available. If you use Thanks Karen, when you spend $25 or more, you will receive 15% off of your purchase, plus free shipping. So be sure to use that coupon code when you place your order. Every design team member has a coupon code, so be sure to use it. And that's it. So thanks so much for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye now.